Although water occupies 70.9% of the Earth's surface, yet the fresh water is only 2.5%, most of which is present as glaciers and groundwater. Less than 0.3% of the total fresh water is present in rivers and lakes. There is an unambiguous correlation between access to pure water and the gross domestic product. Conversely, many observers have estimated that by 2025, more than half of the world population will be facing water-linked vulnerability. Growing water scarcity and competing water demands are expected to reduce diversion of water for agriculture in the future. Efforts are needed to utilize the available limited water resources efficiently and effectively to increase the efficiency of water usage. Keeping all these in view, a farmers' participatory action research program called FPARP Phase 2 on water management had been carried out by All India Coordinated Project on Water Management, Assam Agricultural University Jorhat, through different Krishi Bigyan Kendras located across Assam. This unique project was funded by the Ministry of Water Resources, Government of India, with an objective to increase water use efficiency and, in turn, to contribute towards rural development.
Water management is very essential for Assam. As you know, the northeast region is characterized by heavy rainfall, but unfortunately, most of the rainfall, about 60%, occurs during monsoon period from June to September, and 25% about in the pre-monsoon period from March to May, but only 10% during post-monsoon and Rabi season. As a result, often we get rainfall, more than excess rainfall, and which cause flooding. In the same time, there is drought-like situation in the Rabi season. So I feel efficient water management system, rainwater system during monsoon period, which is utilizing the same in Rabi crops, will increase the cropping intensity and also production and productivity of different crops.
Different components of the project were integration of rainwater harvesting and micro-irrigation for increasing productivity of high-value fruit crops, system of rice intensification called SRI, application of treadle pump technology for irrigation in shallow water table area, multiple use of water, improvement of traditional rainwater harvesting structure, and soil moisture conservation using mulching. Assam receives heavy rainfall during the 5 summer months. However, very little or no rains are received during rest of the year. Therefore, it is possible to harvest the excess rain during summer and use it judiciously through drip irrigation in winter and spring. In this technology, a pond is dug to collect summer rain. The capacity of the pond is recalculated based on water requirement of crop. Low-cost drip irrigation system is installed where water is stored in a plastic tank and supplied to the crop. The crop is irrigated with drip irrigation from October to March and fertilizer is mixed in the tank.
Water management in Assam, particularly during Rabi season, is a big challenge because we receive very high rainfall during Kharif season, but Rabi season is virtually dry. So you can feel the dryness everywhere in the soil, in the atmosphere, in the overall environment. So therefore, we are encouraging integration of rainwater harvesting and drip irrigation for this season, particularly in those areas where it is really dry. So in this technology, we encourage them to dig up earth and store rainwater during Kharif season and use it judiciously during Rabi season using micro irrigation technology made for raising banana or maybe areca nut, maybe Assam lemon. And also the one beautiful thing about this technology is that you can save irrigation water, and also you can use fertilizer along with the irrigation water, and this is really making its road in Assam.
এই অঞ্চলটো যথেষ্ট শুকান মাটিটো বহুত ওখ জেগা সেইকাৰণে আমাৰ ইয়াত খৰালি যিখিনি আমি খেতি কৰোঁ সেই খেতিখিনি আমাৰ ফলপ্ৰসূ নহয় পানী আমি সঠিক পৰিমাণে দিব নোৱাৰাৰ কাৰণে আমি চিন্তা কৰিছিলোঁ যে আমি ইয়াত এটা কলৰ খেতি কৰিম যিহেতু কলৰ এইটো সময়তে আমাৰ ইয়াত চাহিদা অত্যন্ত বেছি সেইটো কাৰণে আমি অসম কৃষি বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ যোগেদি কৃষি বিজ্ঞান কেন্দ্ৰৰ লগত যোগাযোগ কৰিছিলোঁ আৰু তেখেতসকলে FPARP আঁচনিৰ যোগেদি আমাক ড্ৰিপ ইৰিগেশ্যনৰ এই ব্যৱস্থাটো কৰি দিছে এই ব্যৱস্থাটোৰ পৰা আমি প্ৰায় 100% লাভৱান হৈছোঁ
One of the bottlenecks in growing 2 rice crops in Assam is the non-availability of water for irrigation. System of rice intensification called SRI is a new concept of rice cultivation with less seed and water use. In SRI technique, 5 kg of seed is required for transplanting 1 hectare of land. Well-germinated seeds are sown sparsely and uniformly at 625 gram per bed.
Rice in Assam, it can be grown in 3 seasons. Normal sali, then bodu, then ahu. Ahu can be either early or late ahu. System of rice intensification where we optimally use the inputs like less amount of seed and more importantly less amount of water. Therefore, through Farmers Participatory Action Research Program second phase, we are promoting SRI cultivation in those areas where flood is a problem, and we are demonstrating that how rice can be grown in early ahu season with less amount of water use.
This technology was demonstrated in 5 districts of Assam, covering 41 beneficiaries. The results have been spectacular, with increase in yield by more than 100% profit through reduction in seed cost and irrigation cost, and above all, water saving up to 48%. Many districts of Assam have areas under shallow water table. Farmers have been drawing water from shallow tube well using pump sets provided through government subsidy scheme. In this regard, manual pumps are low cost and can be a good alternative to power pumps for irrigation. A treadle pump is a foot-operated device that uses a bamboo or a PVC or flexible pipe for suction to pump water from shallow aquifers or surface water bodies. Since it can be attached to a flexible hose, a treadle pump is useful for lifting water at shallow depths from any up to a maximum height of 7 meters. Access to irrigation water is a critical issue which most smallholder farmers in Assam are facing, even in areas where groundwater is abundant. Treadle pumps are cheap enough and can be afforded by the poorest farmer and be easily installed. This device costs around 750 rupees excluding the installation charges.
এইটো পাম্পটো আমি কৃষি বিভাগ কেন্দ্ৰৰ পৰা পাইছোঁ FPARP বিভাগৰ পৰা এইটো জলসিঞ্চন হোৱাৰ বৰ সুবিধা হৈছে আমাৰ ইয়াত আজিকালি খৰাং বতৰ পানীৰ বৰ অসুবিধা খেতিটো দূৰে থাকক মানে গৰু ছাগলী খাবৰে পানী নাই আৰু এইটো কম খৰচতে আমি কৰিব পাৰোঁ কোনো বিজুলী বা ডিজেল নালাগে আৰু নিজৰ ঘৰুৱা বাহিৰে বস্তুটো সাজি লৈ খেতিখিনি চলাব পাৰি
The treadle pump technology has proved to be very beneficial for the small and marginal farmers of Nalbari district, especially for irrigating their crop during Rabi season. Last year, we have distributed 12 numbers of such pump in the district, but it has found that more than 100 farmers and they are very interested to adopt this technology in their field. The farmers are very benefited because they could able to harvest a bumper crop and the net return has increased dramatically because in this pump no fuel is used, so the cost of cultivation is greatly reduced and they are earning a very good net return from this technology.
This technology was demonstrated in 6 districts of Assam, involving 77 beneficiaries. This low-cost, novel device was well received by the farmers, and most of the beneficiaries could switch from less remunerative rain-fed crop to irrigated high-value crop like tuberose, sugarcane, cabbage, ridge gourd, etc. They could increase their yield by up to 80% and could increase their family income by 35%. This also enabled them to utilize the leisure time effectively.
Tidal pump is a very efficient technology for irrigating some vegetables and some other crops. So this is function very efficiently where water table is in a shallow water table actually, or where water table is in a somewhat in say very water depth is somewhat less. So here what happened, last year we distributed 12 number of tidal pump among 12 poor and marginal farmers, and the response of the farmers were very encouraging. So they could able to harvest, bumper harvest by irrigating their crops with the help of this tidal pump. So one of the very important point is that they can irrigate the crop without fuels.
Rural household system of Assam traditionally encompasses different crops, fruit plants and livestock, and fish ponds with different technology packages. Altogether, 9 technology packages on integrated farming were so far being developed that involves multiple use of water with a basic objective to increase the water productivity. One among them, that includes horticultural crops, fish and poultry, has good acceptance and potential, where bio-waste from the poultry are recycled into the fish pond to substitute fish feed by promoting the growth of aquatic plants and providing nutrient for horticultural crops through nutrient-rich pond irrigation water.
More icha bortoman thakor boiler farm ase, pigari ase, fishery ase, aru haalan ase, logote mas palon. Iar to gota gitar mazot amar pan bondhon system ase. Etar pora anto bostu ta mane difference ase, ta mane area ta poa jay tamne gunagun eta. Eitu hoise ami boiler farm mo jikhini layer khani olai ase, ekhane pukhur byabohar kori asu, etu masse khai ase. Aru আমার পিগারির পৰা যেটো হেৰি আছে গোবৰ বা যেটো দানা পানী দিয়া যায় যিখিনি ৰয় আৰু সেইখানি আমাৰ ধুনিয়াকে লেট্ৰিঙেদি যাই হল ফিচাৰীত পৰিছে সেইটো মাছে খাই আছে আৰু তাৰ বিনিময়ত আমাৰ মাছৰ আদৰটো দিব লগা হোৱা নাই আৰু বিশেষকৈ আৰু ব্ৰইলাৰ ফাৰ্মত যেখানি লেট্ৰিং খেতি পথাৰত ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিছোঁ ফুল খেতি আছে চেঙাৰ খেতি আছে ধান খেতি আছে এইখানে তাৰমানে ধুনিয়াকে ব্যৱহাৰ কৰি সাৰ মিলানে সাৰ নিকিনাকৈ আমাৰ ঘৰৰ সাৰেদি তাৰমানে চলাব পাৰিছোঁ আমি এই পানী বহুমুখী ব্যৱহাৰৰ
Assam has a rich tradition of water harvesting, which is evident from the number of old ponds located throughout the state. Unfortunately, many of the traditional water harvesting structures have fallen into disuse due to expansion of government water supply scheme. Therefore, there is a great possibility of using these rainwater harvesting structures for supplementing irrigation during Rabi seasons to increase their economic utility. This technology was demonstrated in 5 districts covering about 100 families. Interventions introduced were sensitization and mobilization of community for renovation of existing rainwater harvesting structure, introducing lining of pond in those areas where normal ponds are not possible because of high infiltration rate of soil, and integration of soil and water conservation practices like check dam for in situ conservation.
এই পুখুৰীটো প্ৰায় আমাৰ 100 বছৰৰ আগতে খন্দা হৈছিল কিন্তু আগতে আমাৰ ইয়াৰ পানী মানুহে খাবৰ বাবেও ব্যৱহাৰ কৰে আৰু এই জায়গাত মানে পানীৰ খুব অসুবিধা আগতে খুব পৰিষ্কাৰ হৈছিল কিন্তু ইমান দিনে কোনো মেৰামতি নোহোৱাত মানে উপযোগী নোহোৱা হৈ পৰিছে পানীটো আৰু এতিয়া আমি FPARP যোগেদি মানে আমি সহায় পাই তেখেতসকলৰ লগত কথা পাতি তেখেতসকলে আমাক সহায় কৰিছে এতিয়া আমি তেখেতসকলৰ যোগেদি মানে প্ৰথম কিস্তিত আমি 16000 টকা পাইছো সেই কিস্তিৰে আমি এতিয়া ৰাইজ সকলো মিলি পেলাই এই বাঁহৰ বেৰ দি মাটি চাটি সফা কৰি পুখুৰীটো সফা কৰাৰ ব্যৱস্থা কৰি আছো
We have organized a group, 13 members committee. So they named it as Dosomua Rajoha Pukhuri Unnayan Committee. And we organized them and they have started working. And 1/3 of work is now completed. Traditional rainwater harvester, one of the major reason is that it's very old, 100 years, more than 100 years old, and people are using it, and it's a community pond. And basically water is stored here during the monsoon period. So collection of water is basically depends on the rainwater.
In existing horticulture-based cropping system in Assam, plants suffer from moisture stress during Rabi season and have to compete with weeds during the Kharif season. Soil loss also takes place in sloping land due to water erosion. Experiment conducted at the Assam Agricultural University has shown that mulching increases productivity of annual fruit crop and vegetables. Mulching, particularly black plastic mulch, also controls weed effectively, which is a menace during the summer because of high rainfall. This technology was demonstrated in 6 districts of Assam, covering 47 beneficiaries. Mulch was tried by farmers in different crops like the Assam lemon and Phut Jolokia. Use of black plastic mulch enabled the farmers to reduce irrigation requirement by up to 40% and increase in yield by 20 to 40%. The technologies under FPARP have received considerable attention and acceptance of the farmers and have fitted well for the purpose of increasing water use efficiency and water productivity.
Mulching can be a very good technique for moisture conservation. It conserves the moisture during Rabi season. At the same time, you can reduce the irrigation requirement by up to 30 to 40%. So you can irrigate the crop like Assam lemon just once and cover it with mulch. We are demonstrating use of mulch in Assam lemon, then orange, then Phut Jolokia, which is unique to Assam. And also many other crops, and farmers are very happy about it. They have been able to reduce the water requirement at the same time getting more yield.
Mulching korile pani to kom lage amar aru bonba to niyai thakibo na lage he khorch to komi ahe pani to khub kom khorochote hoi jay amar কিন্তু mulching নকৰিলে পানীটো সোনকালে শুকাই গুচি যায় বনবাদ নিয়নি কৰিবলৈ এটো সময়ত মানে খৰালি সিজনটো অসুবিধা হয় মাটিটো আৰু ড্ৰাই হৈ যাব শুকাই গুচি যাব হেতুৱে বহুত অসুবিধা হয়
The farmers and the scientists of AICRP Water Management KVK personnel have active consultations at each stage of the implementation.
পানী ওলাই যোৱাৰ ব্যৱস্থা কৰিবলৈ আৰু এটো আমাৰ ডাঙৰ সমস্যা আমি মগু খেতি কৰিব নোৱাৰো ড্ৰেইনেজৰ কাৰণে বাৰিষা সময়ত মাহৰ খেতি কৰিব নোৱাৰো মাকৈ খেতি কৰিব নোৱাৰো তিলৰ খেতি কৰিব নোৱাৰো গতিকে এই ড্ৰেইনেজটো বাৰিষা যিবিলাক খেতি কৰে এই খেতিবিলাক তাৰমানে আপোনাৰ এই ব্যৱস্থাপনাটো ল'ব লাগে পানী ওলাই যায়
Integration of micro-irrigation and rainwater harvesting was found to be promising in banana and areca nut crop in terms of saving water, along with the money required for fertilizer and irrigation. SRI technology has proved to be water conservation technique without compromising yield. The treadle pumps have served as suitable alternative to the other costly irrigation systems in context to the utilization of groundwater. Parallel to this, the renovation of traditional rainwater harvesting structures using farm ponds provided a low-cost irrigation facility